Hey there, friends. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to episode 4 of Stellaris Aquatics, the Cetusian Imperium, which originally streamed live on Twitch. Man, my minerals are nuked. I'm gonna get my minerals up. And my energy credits. Oh man, my economy is just borked. Desolate, normally when you do this, it does stop current progress. So, to be perfectly honest, I'm not sure why it isn't. Just the way it is in this one case. Definitely benefits me, though.
Project done. Not so special now, was it?
Alright, so we have relocated the Dathnak, and I'm going to say good luck with your home. And what I can do is I can set up a research station over their home to gain societal research, basically researching them from orbit. Okay, yeah. It now has the project of established communications. It has co-opted my societal research.
Intellectual booty.
Engineering research. What do we want? More mineral from jobs would be great because our minerals is terrible right now, and it also gives us stronger army damage. So I like the benefit of that. I'm gonna be off mic just for a second. I'll be back in just a sec. I had like dog fur on my face or something. How many various expansions am I running? It is in the About command. I have every DLC. So we're in the process of figuring out who these Lambda aliens are. And my construction ships are heading west to Carenza. Pretty soon here, I should... Let's do it now. I'm going to queue up the colony ship. The problem is I have all of these... I have so many ships upgrade queued before it, but we'll be fine. Want to expand the admin cap to be able to have greater territory? I'm doing just that right now. So I have admin capacity being researched, and at Chelsea Prime, I have bureaucrat building set up. It's just no one lives here in order to work it. What I could do is I could lower the amount of colonists that run and split the jobs between the colonist capital and the bureaucratic building, raising it up to 60. That way I don't have a research or unity or
the fleet has been
I don't have any
refitted.
penalties or anything. Dog hair in my mouth, too. Much as I love Echo and Tusk, boy, oh boy. It'd be a pain sometimes. What is the current economic policy? Our economic policy is militarism, is militarized economy, because we started off with a, next to the Themlar executioners. You know what I could do is I could, no, I want to do still militarized. I suspect that I'm going to be in a open war with the Themlar rather soon. And I want all the alloys. Where's Tusky? Oh, she was here earlier.
We grow ever stronger.
She gets bored of me and leaves. And then she comes back when I holler for her. Hi, Tusky. Hi. Up and up. Oh, wow. That was early. The archaeological site that Waffle Fortress was analyzing is done. It may go down as the biggest botch in scientific history. Deep core... Oh, Waffle Fortress. Deep core samples indicate that the center of the crash moon was composed of highly pure metal ores. Coveting these, in defiance of all logic and sane engineering principles, the population of Chelsea constructed an electromagnetic a magnet of gargantuan proportions. It seems their intent was to pull the moon into a closer orbit. Sure enough, the magnet was activated and hauled the moon towards the surface, but too hard and too fast. Its inhabitants frantically tried to reverse, and yeah, boom. I got 500 alloys out of it, though. But those idiots self-eradicated. So, where is Waffle Fortress? So it was this moon, this molten moon. So people used to live here, and they literally nuked themselves. The dummies. Waffle Fortress, what do I want you to do? I want you to survey these two systems up here, because they might have good resources. Oh, actually, I probably am not going to be able to get Althir before they do. I'm gonna have Morty Crow stop what he's doing to see what Althir has to offer, because it's possible that Althir is like a resource-rich area that I'm gonna want to grab, but you know, whatever. We'll see. I bet 0-0 will get it first.
A system has been charted.
What is our trade policy? Wealth creation. It's the only option that we have. So, it's not so much a policy as the only. In terms of my factions, Science Without Borders. So, a question for you all, and I'm going to leave this up a while because it's kind of important. Should I bother doing Science Without Borders? Yes or no? So, the advantage of Science Without Borders is it will satisfy my materialist faction a little bit more, making them happier, which increases my influence. The disadvantage is if my technological progress is higher than that I am currently sharing science with, I'm basically giving my research partners science. Also, there is a influence cost for having research agreements, so the influence I gain from making the materialists happy are not necessarily easily offset by influence from the cost of the research agreements in the first place. So generally when I play materialists, I ignore research without borders entirely, because having 3 treaties with up to 3 potential allies to offer them research beyond what they would have access to is kind of defeatist, but it's up to you. We can just say yes and make them happy too. Coffee to games. Thanks for the resub, and it reminds me to take a sip. Cheers. The last sip. The last sip. The last sip. I'm out. Tusk, will you go make coffee for me? Will you get brewing? Here, I'll feed you peanuts. Bring me coffee. You hate when your factions ask for that? Well, materialists will always ask for that. It's sort of the thing that materialists always request. The current Imperial strategy is to become Galactic Emperor in the long run. That is the ultimate vision, the ultimate goal. Okay, 001 is annexing Takram, so I'm not going to be able to grab that. It's fine. Figured they would. Hey, Mickle Moose. Thanks for the resub. Alf wants more peanuts.
We grow ever stronger.
She's wagging that tail. She likes it.
A special project is finished.
Okay, we have made contact with the subterranean aliens. And you guys don't want Science Without Borders, so I have another choice for you. So, tell us about yourselves is the first option. Honestly, just don't even vote for that. But the second option and third option are we want to coexist in peace or submit or be destroyed. So coexisting, and this is, I want to make it clear that this is not the last of this question. There's more to this. But coexisting adds a subterranean contact zone to Chelsea Prime, which adds 2 districts, adds 2 generator districts, adds a subterranean liaison officer job, which 1 person out of every 20 pops can have, and also adds societal research from jobs being made here. And then submit or be destroyed, wars with them. Just open war. And I'm just going to move this window so I can unpause the game, because I want to offer you the opportunity to vote a while. It's too bad you can't minimize these. It's one thing I would change for, well, not the only thing, but one thing I wish that I could change to Stellaris is not have them pop up. Okay, so coexist in peace. Okay. So if we take a look at Chelsea Prime, here we are, subterranean civilization, extra societal research from jobs, and then also previously it had a max district of 5, that's up to 7. And then if I take a look at the population here, there's a subterranean liaison office, which is, and working there gives amenities and trade value. Although I don't have enough people that live on this planet to even work that job at the moment. Oh, I just realized this governor needs to be raffled. I totally forgot. So, congratulations, Joint. You're a governor. For now.
A system has been charted.
Okay, Megahoof is almost done charting everything relevant to our expansionism. And xenoanthropologists. Several xenoanthropologists from Cetus Prime have returned to the surface of Chelsea Prime after spending a great deal of time, and it gives me some societal research, which then pushes ahead admin capacity, which is good, because I'm almost over capacity again. Right, puppy? Right, puppy? Oh, here we go. Request for technology. The subterranean civilization wants me to share technology with them. So here is yet another choice. And I either can agree or, well, refuse or agree. So arming savages with modern weapons would be a very bad idea, or they are our friends, share what we can have. So the arming them is just, the saying no doesn't really, it harms our relationship with them. And the saying yes lowers the amount of engineering research from jobs that we get on Chelsea Prime. One thing to note, Chelsea Prime is not making any engineering research. They're also not making any societal research. So there is really no real penalty. And this is only a penalty for 10 years. It's not a permanent penalty to the planet. It's just for 10 years, it's less engineering research from Chelsea Prime. So you can do with that information as you will. And I'll put a timer up. And leave this window sort of minimized behind the pole. What are my thoughts of going over capacity? There's no problem going over capacity if you can afford it. I like to avoid it if possible, especially admin capacity. Because having particularly high admin capacity, there's some disadvantages. So being really over Empire Sprawl means that enemy nations can spy on you more easily. I don't think most players know that, but they can run hostile espionage and subterfuge against you if you sprawl too far. And then, of course, it slows down technology traditions. Leader cost goes up, edicts get more expensive, and campaigns get more expensive. So there's a lot of penalties going over Empire Sprawl. Going over starbase or naval capacity is less serious. It just incurs more tax, which is not that much of a problem. But it's, it is what it is. So we have chosen to share technology with these guys, and we should see the ramifications of that at the end of this month as a planet modifier. Or not. I lied. I have... Oh, it might even be that... Oh, it's actually all jobs. I was wrong. It's not specific to Chelsea Prime. Oh well, I misconstrued that. So what that means is my engineering research for 10 years is down a little bit. But luckily we are making tons of it. So if I take a look at my research totals, it's not hurting all that much. 31, 33, and 25. So society is lagging a little bit behind. Physics is going to go really, really fast because my physics researcher is so high level. So her high level, her level 6 plus her Spark of Genius plus her expertise races. So effectively, I'm getting 55 physics a month, 62 societal a month, and 45 engineering a month. So engineering is definitely lagging behind a little bit, but not so much that it worries me. Could be worse. Okay, so here is the colony ship that was going to colonize Corenza, and I'm going to have it start to travel out there, because it's a bit of a trip. And Megahoof gifted even more subs. Yeah, puppy. Well, posture check. Another thing I probably ought to do, should I war with Themlar? So, as you can see up here, I have 1,500 alloys, and it's going to be expensive because I don't have a lot of energy overhead a month, so it might be a little taxing. But I'm totally willing and potentially able to war with Themlar if you want. And because it's a containment threat, what's interesting about a war with Themlar is we just capture everything that we claim. I don't even have to claim it. I could just show up, stick a flag in it, and it's mine. So that is definitely an advantage of warring with Themlar. Have you vote on that? So, seeing that the yays are beating out the nays, one thing I want to do is build 8 more ships. Alright, we got admin capacity research done. Let's go for societal research. Researchers make more research. Works for me. You've always waited until the planet was in control prior to sending the colony ship? Yeah, for this specifically, it's going to take 1,790 days to get there. So sending it ahead of time actually would be even more. Why not go for off-world trading? I don't really have a lot of off-world trading. So off-world trading would allow me to build an off-world trading at Cetus maybe, but it would only offer me a teeny bit of trade goods. Whereas researching, I mean, I will want it eventually, but researching additional societal research helps me with my tech race. Whereas off-world trading gives me a little bit more trade value, which just converts into energy credits. To be fair, I do need the energy credits, but some of those, some of that energy credit need can be solved by just setting up a additional generator districts. Uh-oh, what happened? The measure of pounding observed from orbit is the motion of immense and ancient geothermal extractors breathing their last. Oh, okay, so this is a whole bunch of energy credits and engineering research from this planet there. Oh, that's cool. For a second, I thought it was something went wrong on Chelsea. You know, subterranean earthquakes or whatever. We're trying to be nice to that species underground. So let's not have it bite us. Now, I do have some trade goods. If I take a look at my trade lanes, Chelsea Prime is not currently getting the trade value there, so one of the things I could do is to set up a starport. I don't know what kind of starport it's going to be. Probably another Anchorage, but we can set up a starport there to start collecting the trade value. And then Desolate here has trade value. And then Svaiban has trade value as well, but we're not out there yet. Same with Irani, or whatever it's called. Oh, so here is another system. Let's raffle this off. Alf. Just Alf.
We grow ever stronger.
There you are.
We grow ever stronger.
I don't believe I have anything for this construction ship to do, so it's going to move back to this system, so I can add this system to my my empire eventually, once I have excess influence. But at the moment, I'm just racing to Poligar.
What have we here?
What is that? Where was this? Yeah, leave that for now. In fact, I'm going to have Megahoof, you're going to race over to Uzaglor, or whatever it's called, to survey there, because I'd rather get to Carenza through Uzaglor than Irani, because Uzaglor is closer to Poligar than Irani is. So stop surveying here and pivot. Okay, another option here. So I'm going to close this down. You guys think I should war with Themlar, so I'm going to wait until I have those ships constructed. But the next question is just a simple choice. This is trying to contact the Lambda aliens. I can either be cautious or I can try to hack them.
A system has been charted.
We'll just do that for a minute. Oh, okay. So they did get Althir first. Althir would have been a good system to have because it has a lot of energy. But I'm going to have this surveyor go finish this sector here and then head south to figure out what south is. You guys did vote that I go west first, so I'm working on that, but I'll go south next. And you guys like hacking everyone, don't you? I don't mind. I can take it. Let the poll finish up. I could make a claim on it, but I'm in... Okay, so there's snails. Oh, man, I got butterflies, snails, and robots. Oh, my. I'm in pretty good standing with 011. We're suspicious of one another. Maybe that's not good standing. Oh, and they just kicked out my surveyor. Oh, you jerks. You know what? You close your borders, I close mine. Stupid hippies. I don't know. Calling robots hippies is probably very insulting considering they're supposed to be so logical. So one of the advantages is they can't jump over my borders now to get Kirbis or Atlas or anything. They can't get past unless they already have science and construction modules. But they don't. So, you know, screw those guys, right?
There is new information in the situation log.
So this is another Arassian artifact. And then there's another Arassian artifact here at Alf Just Alf. Here, which Tremontaine will head to next. Might want to rival them for extra influence. For me to rival them, I would have to be hostile with them, which means that I would need to dedicate an envoy to do that.
System has been charted.
So should I rival 001? So if I do rival 001, what I have to do is I have to take my spy network envoy that's building up espionage against Themlar, who currently they have overwhelming fleet strength compared to me. So I should probably wait to attack them, because attacking them when they're overwhelming is a ridiculously bad idea. And pivot to rival 001. I have no idea what their fleet strength is, because I don't have spy network there. But I will be working to get my fleet stronger so that I can properly fight Themlar. I'm not afraid of overwhelming compared to ours, because that's pretty normal early on. That's just a difference of a few ships. Not that big of a deal. I've been focusing almost exclusively in expansionism, so it doesn't surprise me. But I'm also about to get a what should this station be called? Ellen Lacrosse Station. Ellen Lacrosse Anchorage, if I can spell it. I'm about to get another anchorage to offer me an additional 8 ships, and I'll roll out a second fleet. And then probably a third anchorage at some point, so additional 16 ships. And I could put my third anchorage...
We grow ever stronger.
I'm trying to think. A third anchorage at Safaban would be really good, so that I could get the trade value for it. That would probably be ideal. Okay, so I'm not going to rebel them. I agree with you guys. It seems like a pretty bad idea when I already have an overwhelmingly powerful enemy at my border. And they're probably overwhelmingly powerful because they are fanatical purifiers. And fanatical purifiers have a huge advantage to fleet size and all that. Which is fine. I'm not concerned. But knowing that I'm about to fight them, let's get some better armor for my ships. That would be definitely helpful. And then this scientist here will head towards Alf Just Elf and research the anomalies there. Now I know I have enough influence to add to my my territory, but I'm waiting for me to get Uzaglor so I can move towards Poligar. Demetrio C, thank you for the sub. Welcome to the stream. If I claim and win Takram and Lothandra, I could get a lot of trade value. Yeah. That's 12 trade value. Now, the other problem is, if I do that, it's going to increase piracy. So I'm already dealing with some piracy here. Because I don't have a bastion. So I think what I'm going to do is change the anchorage, the small street anchorage, to a bastion station. To protect...
What have we here?
Another anomaly. To protect from piracy. To protect these trade lanes. And then I will set up another starbase elsewhere to be an anchorage. So, new tradition. What should it be? So I'm going to put down some of the options here that make the most sense. So Supremacy is an obvious making sense. So what Supremacy does is it's naval capacity, so I can have more ships. And then it leads to stronger ships or whatever, stronger star bases. Unyielding would be defensive. So Supremacy is sort of attack. Unyielding is sort of defense. This increases the defense strength of your star bases, making them harder to hack, making you harder to bombard. Bulwark of Harmony is particularly strong, where if you are in your own home territory, you fire a bunch faster. So those are the militaristic ones. And then the other ones that make sense would be... Harmony wouldn't be terrible. Harmony is sort of leader lifespan, governing ethic attraction, so that we have more militarists, more materialists, stability, and additional edicts. Prosperity wouldn't be terrible either. Prosperity is like more yield, cheaper buildings and more yield from jobs in mining. And then let's also include domination. No, I'm not going to include domination just yet. The reason I'm not including domination is we can't dominate Themlar because they're fanatical purifiers. So wouldn't really help. So let's add adaptability to the list then. Adaptability would be to increase the habitability of the planets that we inhabit. More or less. Okay, so get voting. You can decide. And I'll put a 2.5-minute timer on that thing. Is subterfuge just not worth it?
Space charts updated.
In my opinion, no. It's not. It's okay. Subterfuge is fine, but it's not that important. It really depends if you're trying to be a spy master or not. So there are some achievements that subterfuge really comes in handy, but from my experience, I haven't really found that enemy AI uses subterfuge all that effectively. If you are playing against other players, it's particularly useful because other players are going to try to spy on you and sabotage things. But AI very rarely tries to spy on you and sabotage things. I don't even know if they spy on you, but they very rarely sabotage things. So it's only limitedly useful as a result, in my opinion. Again, it's just an opinion. Okay, Mega Hoof. Let's go surveying the last system that's within our territory to survey. And then we'll have you pivot and head south to this area. In fact, I'm going to have you go over this way already. I think this is going to be more important. Because this system is not up for grabs. That's basically my own guarantee. So once I get out to Poligar,
grow ever stronger.
And congrats to
Technology
Cruzio.
secured.
Once I get out to Poligar, I can start pivoting southward if you all think that that's the direction I should head. Basic combat rolls just got unlocked, which is great. It's going to make our ships even stronger. And let's reinvest in quantum theory to get more physics research from our physics researchers. And let's upgrade our corvettes. So the basic combat computers for the corvettes is going to become either tracking or evasion, and I like evasion, so we're going to have evasive ships here. Just a second. We're almost done contacting these little space slugs, which live up this way. And Supremacy is what we're adopting. So immediately I get plus 20 naval capacity, so I can support more ships in my fleets, which is great. So I will start to roll ships out for that. And then it also leads to... And the other question I have is, should I complete Supremacy before adopting another tradition? That way I don't have to ask again. So the advantages of Supremacy. Ship build cost is reduced and ship build speed is increased. Ship upkeep is reduced and naval capacity is increased. Command limit is increased and admiral level capacity or level cap is increased. Fire rate is increased and our orbital bombardment damage is increased. And damage versus starbase is increased. I'll probably do these first. Faster firing ships and more damage to starbases, and then start to work on the left side. But that would be the options there. Morty Crow, you are finally back from being exiled. So let's have you research some of these anomalies as well. Help Tremontaine with that. But have you go for the easier ones, because Tremontaine's a far better researcher than you. Yeah, you were exiled. You were bounced out of Athir, which was rude. Well, we'll live. So as I set up guns on Small Street, the Bastion. The guns add trade lane protection. So if you take a look at the trade lanes here, red means there's currently piracy, and white means that it's protected from piracy. So here you can see the Small Street Station is offering 13 protection with that gun, and setting up another gun here will offer protection for Petrable and for Wills as well. It expands it. So one gun is 1 hop, 2 guns is 2 hops, and it could go up to 6 hops. So this Bastion here serves twofold. One, it is the bottleneck between me and the Themlar Executioners. So it's really good to have a gun station here. And also it's protecting my trade lanes. Because what ends up happening is if piracy goes up too high, what happens is they start to steal trade value. So right now in Wills, I'm losing 0.24 trade value. And in Petrable, I'm losing 0.5 trade value. And that means less energy credits for me. There is a easy way to do it without star bases, which is to have your corvettes patrol. So in a second here, the Skya Greystorm fleet is going to travel into Petrable, and that's going to temporarily reduce the amount of piracy in Petrable, because I will have a fleet present. So it's possible to set up a few corvettes to patrol trade lanes, but I find it much, much easier and automated to just have gun batteries. The Empire we own looks like a bit of a dinosaur. Yeah, like a claw.
A system has been charted.
Maybe? I don't know. It looks strange. Okay, we can go to Sturbius now. So let's stop what we're doing and head out. These guys, these Lambda aliens, as far as I can tell, haven't gone past Fianita. No, they've gotten Fianita, so they haven't done Hizzle yet. So right now I'm racing to Poligar. They haven't annexed Hizzle. I can tell that they've annexed Fianita because I can see that there's a mining station getting 3 energy credits there. Speaking of energy credits, I'm in the negative, but I'm not that worried about that because I don't think that that's going to be a thing for me to worry about soon, as I'll be pivoting my economies. All right, I'm going to end that a little early. We're going to complete Supremacy before adopting something new. And here we go. We finally met the Lambda aliens.
We are being contacted by aliens.
They are hive-minded as well, so they're Gestalt consciousness. And I'm just going to give them the neutral. Well, let's have you choose. So, I can either greet them, which increases my opinion of them by 30. I can be neutral, which makes it harder for them to spy on me, or I can be hostile, which gives us a benefit to spy on them, but angers them a bit. And I have no idea. Right now, I'm at a negative 50. So for point of reference, I'm at negative 2,400 with the Themlar Executioners, and negative, 112 with 001. So I like them best. I don't like them, but I like them best. Of course, picking number 1 boosts that negative 50 to negative 20. So it gives me a possibility of actually potentially having an ally. And then we're starting with a little bit of intel on them because I did choose to hack them. Or rather, you chose to hack them. So I think greeting them wins by slight margin. So here, as you can see, I'm at negative 20 now because we've greeted them. Close that down. So it's possible that I have an ally in the mix here, and it looks like they have a pretty expansive amount of territory. They didn't get bottlenecked like I did. I really got bottlenecked badly. But I'm filling out the territories, and soon I'm going to start expanding south because it looks like the south is sort of untapped. As far as I can tell, I haven't met anyone down there yet. And as long as I get Poligar for the robot debris, I'll be happy. That was sort of the goal. And then once I get Poligar, I'll double back for Carenza, as the colony ship is about 700 days out. The fleet that I have is almost done being upgraded to...
We grow ever stronger.
The ship computers.
Technology secured.
And we got societal research from researchers. Great. Let's go for additional food from farmers, so that I can have a minimum amount of farmers farming and still make a good amount of money, or a good amount of food. Oh, I do have a free envoy now, so let's address that. We can introduce ourselves to someone else. So Eta, Theta, or Iota. Let me track them on the map so I know where they are. So this is non-Empire. This is Enclave. Let's contact the Enclave. There might actually be a benefit to that. Contacting the other ones doesn't really do very much until later on, but an Enclave could be very helpful. And Yoda's back, so I'm going to re-enable the Yoda cam and the pet Yoda. And give you one free. Hi, buddy. You look good. He got groomed. Yes. You would think two different hive minds would hate each other. I don't think they... I mean, they could, but
we grow ever stronger.
That's only by chance. Sometimes they actually make for particularly good allies, which is scary. So I'm pinned in by a lot of people that are very wary of me. Whoa! This hive mind has a lot of causes for war, of animosity and claim of unidentified empires. So one thing I could do is a trade deal with them to trade information so that I meet more people. And I will spice in the pot with some consumer goods so that they can tell me who they've met, and I'll tell them who I've met. And they're going to accept that because it was green. Yoda, you smell good, buddy. Yeah. You don't smell like pea and fish right now. It's very... a nice change. So, we just met... oh boy. We just met the Tharabites, the United Cinematis Worlds, the Galactic Tebadoron, and Lavis Mandate. Oh, so I'm going to make some choices here because there's just simply so much to pull. So, Egalitarian Militarists, I'm going to greet. Xenophile Militarists, I'm going to greet. Fanatic Militarists, Authoritarians, I'm going to greet. Man, these are a bunch of potential allies. And then Ruthless Capitalists, which are Xenophile, Militarists, and Materialists, I'm going to greet. These are a bunch of enemy, or not enemy, these are a bunch of contacts that I share a lot in common. And what's crazy is they're actually in a federation together. Okay, cool. Man, they are really advanced then. But the good news is a lot of potential friends. Oh, Chelsea Prime, you need... oh, well, I'm already fixing that. Okay, Lavis Mandate just closed their borders to me. So... I will return the favor. Although it doesn't really matter because they're so far away. Thank you for tuning in to Stellaris Aquatics, the Cetusian Imperium, which originally streamed live on Twitch, December 11th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you are looking for a series that had a bit more tutorial in it, I do have a series on YouTube, How to Play Stellaris, and that one is going to fill you in a lot more on the finer details. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you for supporting the channel. I'll catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow ocean friends.